Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian.
Sorry, buddy.
Love is Blind, Argentina, season one. This is week two of the inaugural season. This was episodes 5, 6, 7, and 8. Full spoilers for the entire week. Go back and check out our review of week one, obviously the first four episodes. Go check the playlist as well. We cover basically every season of Love is Blind. Excuse me. Most recently, Brian did a couple of reviews of Love is Blind Habibi, which, if you haven't watched that yet, you may not think it would be your cup of tea, but there is a lot of drama involved in it and a crazy comment section for you to go check out too when you go watch the videos. But Brian, Argentina, we had some breakups. One that we saw coming, one that we're not sure is an actual breakup, and then a kind of a lot of, frankly, not a pretty uneventful kind of a week, I think, overall. I do want to start with the obvious breakup that we started with early. That would be Roberto and Ava. They didn't even make it out of the honeymoon. They did prompt them, the hosts, going, okay, make your decisions, guys, if you're going to go together or not. Everyone else was good. This guy just seemed checked out from the beginning, man. He's on his honeymoon. He's talking about missing home. He objectively had a very beautiful partner. It's something people worry about, maybe not having there be physical chemistry. She seemed like she was willing to give that a shot, but he just could not cross any kind of personal thresholds, really, it seemed like. And like I said, checked out mentally and then checked out of the game. What did you think?
Yeah, when you said he missed home, I don't know if it was a translation issue or like of the dubbing, but when he's like, "I just miss Argentina," kind of laughed. I thought that was because I don't think that's what he said. I think he just said, yeah, like you said, I think he said he missed home. But Ava kept saying that she was like kind of like she wanted a man and he was like kind of like a boy. So we kind of knew that one after watching the first batch that there's not a good chance that one was going to last.
He just didn't. I mean, but the thing was, she was pretty vocal about it. She was pretty transparent. Like, hey, I need
Yeah,
you to just like, on a honeymoon. It's not like a really huge ask, It's like
yeah, I
maybe
agree.
try to be frugal. Maybe go plan one of our dates. Maybe like just like it's not that tough, right? And so for whatever reason, maybe he just turned sour on the situation. That's something we're never really going to know. Did he not enjoy the cameras? I mean, we talk about Maria Elena a little bit later on, someone who very conscious of the cameras. Not saying that it's something that you should be able to just deal with, but some of these people don't give a crap about the cameras and are just getting like naked right in the middle of like their houses and they don't worry
Yeah.
about it. I talk about a possible breakup. I'll transfer this. One was kind of a surprise. This was Tom and Florphy. Tom and Florphy have been vibing from what I've seen. Now, look, have they been transparent about being like, okay, we're not just going to say everything's going to work right away? But my gripe really isn't that they don't make it to the end, Brian. My gripe is that I don't think you should be able to on camera just say like, at least allude to like, all right, well, we're done with this. We're not ready to get married, but like we're walking off holding hands, like we're still together. No, don't do that, Netflix. I don't want to see that shit. I want breakups or marriages. And then get to the reunion and let us know someone reconciled. They met up at a coffee shop 2 weeks later and but like just lie to us, right? But I don't, how do you think I'm crazy for thinking that?
No, I don't think you're crazy. I think that they maybe could don't make it look so like peachy. Like it's okay because like I get what you're saying. Like the show, the point of the show is you want to get married or you're not. Either you make it to the altar or you don't, and then you're done. So to just like leave on your own terms, and I wonder if that just changed over time when people are like, because we watch the show, we're normal people. Like this is kind of ridiculous the time frame. So I'm sure people eventually started pushing back. Like, look, I just don't want to get married. I still want to date you. I just don't want to do this. And I'm sure they just got so much pushback that they kind of just changed it. And like what I don't know what the show is. What are they going to penalize him? Like put him in prison, put him in
No,
jail for a
look, that's
weekend?
I just don't think they no, I just think Netflix doesn't need to include it. Just include the part where they say they're not ready to get married and do some creative editing and you don't need to show them walking off holding hands. I don't know,
With
right? Like am I crazy?
AI.
It's a live show. It's a Big Brother. Like it takes a year for these seasons to come out. Just like you over edit everything else. I'm sorry if I offend someone thought I made a comment about the telenovela last week and they thought it was just because like everyone's an Argentinian thing. I'm like, no, it's just over dramatized. And the fact, yeah, that like sure, like that does attribute, I guess, a little, but like fact of the matter, it's a soap opera. Like they were last week was very dramatic. And if you don't want to tell me it's not a goddamn telenovela, then why the hell is Jose Luis and Florencia back?
Yeah, yeah. I don't. Do we? We didn't even see them get proposed.
No, they didn't. That's what I'm saying. It's a plant. Like she didn't. She doesn't give a first of all. Shout out to his mom. Mom, a nice little house, and she was a little crazy. It was cool though. I liked her. Uh, she was just telling the truth. She's like, I don't like the. She basically said, Florencia, you don't pass the smell test to me. AKA also like, I'm just gonna tell you I love you right away. Like Florencia is very into people telling her that they love her right away.
There's a couple of people on the show who need a lot of like words of affirmation, like Ezekiel being another one.
We'll get to him. Yeah, we will get to Ezekiel. Santiago as well. Yeah, I think he's a little sensitive. We can talk about like when we're talking about the honeymoon a little bit when we talk about them.
Yeah.
Um, as far as Jose Luis and Florencia, I always kind of just in my head, Florencia came back because she wanted to see if she had a shot at Tom. And that was shut down really, really quick. And after that, I think they're just like, all right, we'll stick with them, and I don't know. I also like I appreciate like they having the respect boundaries. They do respect parents' boundaries pretty well in this show. But you're talking about like Jose Luis's moms. That's the second time they were there. I want to see the first time because like if she was still kind of talking that shit on the second time,
Mhm.
I bet the first time she kind of was like, "Are you crazy?"
Yeah.
Like, what? I want that one. Like, so again, if parents are going to be on, I want the first one. I don't need the
Yeah.
fifth meeting on camera. I want the first. If not, I don't really need it. I
Nah,
don't.
I feel you on that one. I must have missed it. They said it was the second time.
Yeah, she
But
did. She said they had visited once before. So that made me be like initially be like, oh, what the hell? Like
yeah, that all right. That's kind of annoying. I didn't hear that. That's disheartening, I would say, to know that.
this disheartening.
Yeah.
Um, we could talk about Ezekiel and Julie. You mentioned them. I thought they were on a more positive track this week. He is, like I said, I think he's a little sensitive. I do think she's a little rough around the edges, though, too. She admits that she's just like someone who doesn't show, like to show emotion or doesn't tend to be the one to show a bunch of affection.
Mhm.
But I do kind of challenge that when like your partner is saying that like I could just use a little bit of affection and that will make things a little bit better for me. And I'm not even saying that it has to be like full blown like sleeping together, but like even just like he looked like the guy just wanted like some hugs and kisses.
Yeah, I don't know. Calling each other baby and like just like saying I love you like all the time. At least that's what we see. I don't know. That just would be, I don't know. That's not me either. So like I guess I can relate to the people who are like, I don't need to like tell you reassure that I love you every 5 seconds. I'm on this crazy show with you. Like I'm on the boat the bus with you doing this crazy stuff. So I'm here. I don't know. I'm probably in the wrong there, but I just think sometimes it just gets a little like just kind of ridiculous.
I think our audience will have both sides of that. Some will be like he's needy, and some will say she's being
It,
cold. Right? You're gonna
yeah.
fall in both of it. I can see both arguments, but again, I believe that they ended up being physical as well, and it did seem like some of those touch barriers and just kind of being sitting next to each other a little more and just doing that kind of lounging.
Mhm.
I have high hopes for them. Now, I don't know what would happen. It's going to happen next week. I did not watch the trailer. But they are they're skewing more positive than I would have thought last week.
I couldn't really honestly tell like what was really going on because I don't know. I watched it, but I can't even remember anything. I could be totally wrong here, but I watched the trailer and nothing was like shaking me to my core of like because like we're like we're shaking on Santiago and Emily a little bit, and like he's about to go to the altar. So like I don't know. That's why I don't know what I'm seeing or believing.
We could transition the Santiago and Emily. He had the prank of bringing her to his soccer stadium. I thought that was cool. I think that would be kind of fun. I wish that kind of stuff existed a little bit more in the U.S. one, but obviously like soccer rivalries, and they're very like they're pretty. It seems like with this season they kept people within a relative geographical.
Mm.
I'm not going to profess to know Argentina's geography
Geography.
part. I know what shape it is. I know Buenos Aires, right?
Mhm.
Andes. So that's what I got for you. But when they in the conversations we heard, none of them really had a conversation of like distance being an issue. At least it hasn't come up yet.
Mhm. I
So I
will
think they did a good job of that.
I will say though, that just being like, I can't date him because he likes some local football team is kind of crazy to me though.
It is very funny.
They and the thing and we talked about it pre-show, they talk about it so much. Like it's like almost like the only plot point they have.
I wonder if we did a little Googling and people we know we've got some Argentinian fans and letting us know, are these clubs like hooligan battling each other? Like,
Yeah,
are
they're
they
like
getting into
mortal enemies.
fisticuffs? Are they crowbarring each other? Are they Elijah Wood curb stomping? Like, I want to know. Like, maybe that's like what they're brushing over, or are these guys just like super hardos or like college football fans? Like,
Yeah, like is this like yeah?
because I want to know. Like,
What's the level of hatred? Is I'm obviously not going to look it up, but what is the level of hatred here? Like I don't know. Like I like the Falcons. Like could I marry somebody that likes the Saints? Sure, but like I wouldn't want to. But
yeah.
if I like the girl, I'll do it. But it's just the way it is. I'm not going to be like, oh, every conversation we have is like I feel like every time we're on screen with them, it's brought up at some point.
Emily, I know you're watching. Do you actually care, or is it like your family that cares? Are you really this avid soccer? You can't. I want to know. Like these are the things I genuinely want to know. These are the things I wish a common sense these hosts would ask if we got a reunion. They're not going to ask. They're going to. Ah.
Yeah, they might make a joke about it, but it won't be like.
Yeah. Shout out to Emily's dad's barbecue though.
No, I was gonna say
That
that
was
looked legit.
that was sick. That
Yeah,
was
he
sick.
was grilling up. He was doing some solid grilling there, and that looked very good.
All the kids, the seven children and like the grandchildren coming out. That was a funny scene. Like literally just kids just
Yeah,
kept
it's
coming out.
like a clown car
Kept coming.
backyard.
Dude, seven kids is like crazy. Like, God bless
A
you.
lot.
Like, Brian's got two, and that's just like, oh my God, I have one. And I'm just like, how do I fit this my schedule right now? Seven is just
Different
like, you
times.
just like surrender. You just surrender.
Yeah. Start football.
Uh, yeah. So moving off, we got Mauricio. Oh gosh, Mao, as he would like to be called, General Mao. I'm gonna start calling him, and Maria. Maria Elena, I think is great. I think she has been the most normal person on the show in the respect of like, hey, I am not going to like be hooking up on camera. I at least to the level everyone else is.
Hmm.
I have coworkers, I have a job, like I have a kid. Like I just not really what I want people to see. I was very low on this guy last week because I just kind of thought he was a douche. And honestly, I didn't outside of him being a good dad, like congrats, like you're a good dad, like that's awesome. Like no, we're both dads here on the show, so I'm not gonna hate on anything with him to do with the parenting. I don't like the controlling bullshit. I don't like saying that we have like when you hear like we have an agreement about like the eating and the working out.
No,
Dude,
that's weird.
kick effing rocks, dude. Like, are you nuts? Like, I think she's just doing well for the cameras, but like, there's no way in real life, unless she just like is desperate to be married, that like she is gonna like fly with
I'll
this
admit
BS.
that.
Like, tell me how I eat. Are you nuts?
Yeah, because she's made a comment at the wedding dress thing about eating one of the snacks, and her friend like snapped her head over like really quickly. And they actually, that's the one thing I do remember from the preview is that she makes another comment or like a about eating something while he's not around.
Yeah,
And
he made that comment at the dress fitting. Like, let me get some of
yeah,
these in.
she
while
makes
my
it
husband's
again,
not
and
watching.
so it happens again. I don't know who she says it to, but in the preview she says it, and yeah, it's just weirdo. Like, yeah, I don't know. Just let like what did you? She can't eat like a one of those fun size candy bars that's like this big
Bro,
like once in
I
a while.
just
Like I think that's ridiculous.
I need a 90-day fiance style reunion where like other dudes are just piling on him and just calling him an asshole. Like that's all I
They
need.
won't. Love is blind. They're like weirdly. The guys are allies to each other, and the girl like they. I mean, just comparing it based off of the other ones we watch, the guys always like
Yeah.
side with the guys no matter what, and it's
They're taking sides. It's like Survivor, they're in tribes. It's like
yeah,
check
because
out
they
our
all look
Survivor
very
coverage
similar.
today.
Like 90 Day, they're all so different that like that people are allies with people you never thought would be allies, and that's what the fun of
And
it.
90 Day too, I feel like if you end up on 90 Day Fiance, like
You're
the
weird.
failure rate's so high, right? Like it's just like the beginning of the end. From where you've watched most of these seasons, right? Like the failure is more than the success, right? Like I mean, most people end
I mean,
up.
dude, honestly, you'd be surprised how many of these people like actually work out. They're still failures. I mean, they should not be together. They're definitely
Killing my premise, Brian.
well, yeah. It's a tough one, but like, yeah, I don't know. It's
Like
people
these
watch.
people are like all positive, right? All vibes. It's like, no, I need a little bit more 90-day energy with these people.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look really quick
I
to
don't remember
see.
anything like other like moments. I mean, it's
No,
just
no, no. I just want to look at the schedule because it has the
yeah.
episode schedule on here, so I can just check that.
What do you think of Florencia is just like manifesting? She's like, I manifested us getting married. Those
I
scenes
guess
were like,
manifesting's a word. It's like iron willing this guy, but like at the same time, they're rough. That dude, I just feel like he's almost just like sad
yeah.
and like so.
When they
Yeah.
went over to go see Emily and Santiago, Santiago's just like bashing him, like, I didn't think that he even liked you. It's like,
Well,
dude,
his mom let out the bag. He's never even had a girlfriend.
yeah, yeah.
So like
That
that's
one's
a
I mean, that one's not last.
big, big detail to leave out of the pods and the whole thing. Like we needed to know that.
I mean, there's a reason.
Brian,
Yeah, they probably
we
weren't
are
expecting like Roberta and Ava to drop out, so they're like, oh shit.
we have Brian and fans episodes 9 and 10 coming out on November 20th, and then one more week, episode 11, the finale on November 27th for you
What?
to enjoy your turkey.
No reunion?
Not listed, Brian, not
That's not a
listed.
good sign if there's not if it's not listed.
You know what, Brian? It is what it is. We don't get see we don't get what we
What
deserve.
what is happening in the next two episodes that we're not getting to the altar? That's what I don't get. What do we what
I thought it was like the night before.
unless the finale is the reunion. I mean that maybe they have the wording wrong there.
Well,
It's
no, it doesn't.
possible.
No, it just says episode numbers, to be fair. So
Oh, oh,
no,
really?
it says 9 and 10, and then 11 is the week after. So
Oh, so
11
that might be
is
the
more of a reunion.
that might be the reunion then.
I was gonna make a joke about that. Maybe there's like a fire or something. Like we get a Grey's Anatomy episode.
What?
Uh,
Oh man, that would be yeah. That better be the reunion. There's
I think we're
no
gonna get a
reason for
reunion.
the show
I
to go
think
for 2 more weeks.
think we're gonna get a reunion. And there's Love Is Blind Italy is coming. So
Oh, when?
I don't know, but it's on the upcoming. I just hit a reminder thing. It says, but it does say there's not even a logo for it yet. It literally just says Love Is Blind.
Oh, all right. We need that.
I can be down with that. The Italians getting a little love. It's all right. I don't mind that. That's
We
gonna be
need
like
like a Spain one would be good. They need to do Australia, man. They need to do Australia. Australia has
yeah,
interesting
such
people.
low
That's
hanging
the one they
fruit.
need to nail. They need to get Australia. Comment below any other places you want to watch Love is Blind.
Alaska.
Well, that's USA.
Um, check out our other stuff. Like I said, we covered a ton of seasons of Love Is Blind. Check out our TikTok at the Reality Guys, our Instagram at the Reality Guys. We do have a finale this week, the Golden Bachelorette season 1. We will have the season finale. Thank God. That review should be probably the review that we'll release after this one. We'll have continued coverage of Survivor, House of Villains, Love Island, Australia. Speaking of Australia, and I'm looking to get caught up. I'm only 2 episodes now behind on Below Deck, so I'll start at least doing Below Deck TikToks and news again. But it's only on episode 6. They're long seasons, so. And
Yeah.
then there'll be 17 series that follow it. Bravo fans, we cover everything Vanderpump. We even had an interview with Peter Madrigal. We have Southern Charm season 11 coming back in December. Confirmed Southern Hospitality season 3 coming back in 2025. I would assume it would probably happen right when that season ends. Probably not going to
Good.
overlap.
I'm excited to
But
cover
check
that.
out my playlists. A lot of good stuff. Survivor will be back again. Amazing Race. We have a lot of stuff. Oh, and the rehearsal, our favorite show we've ever watched for this channel, will get its season 2 literally like 4 years later. So there are some things shining on us, Brian. We appreciate all the comments. Check out our other stuff. Let us know if we're completely wrong, who you love, who you hate, and if you're one of the cast members watching, hit us up. I don't know how we're going to talk. Maybe we'll use Google Translate or something, but I would love to, I honestly would love to try to interact. So hit us up. Thank you for watching. Peace.